the recording. Yeah, so the recording is set up. This is, when you click on the link, you will be led to this. When you click on the link, you will be directed to this interface. So this is Flourish.studio. It is a Google product. It is a product of Google. Most of you know Google very well. So here you will see a tab that tells you the features of Flourish and its capabilities. And then I've just clicked on that. And then you will have this tab for examples of work that people have done using Flourish. And then here you look at the pricing. Like I said, it's not a free tool, it is paid. So this means that you will not get sort of it for free. You will have to definitely pay for it for you to use advanced services. But usually for us, we use the free one. So, and with the free one, we are also able to do most of the things that we needed to do. We also have Flourish for newsrooms. They have that product that is given to newsrooms. Yeah, so these are the features of Flourish. It gives an explanation of how you can explore and explain your data with beautiful visualization and stories. You can publish, print, and download. You don't need to code or install software like other tools. So these are this is how it looks like. These are stunning visualizations, and then here you can do graphics for different styles that you want to do. And then here you can have stories and not necessarily dashboards. And then here, all devices, you can actually use it on tablets, on phones, and then as well as computers. But for you to get the best out of this, you can use it on a computer. And then here you can also embed your visualizations on your website seamlessly, or you can download it so that you can self-host it. And then there's also, you can upload the spreadsheets, or you can connect to a live source or integrate it with an API. And then here you can actually tell your stories in a very simple manner by creating impressive scroll stories on your site with no custom mode. Of course, you don't have to install anything. You don't have to install it, but you can use it straight away on your browser, be it whichever browser that you use. You also have a very interactive toolkit, not just visualization. You can create everything from quizzes to other kind of things that you would wish to use, and you would wish to use and stuff like that. And then there's an editor's workflow in case you're working in a newsroom setting, or you're working as a team. You can allow anyone to publish, or you can require approval from an editor for a particular thing to be published. For everything to be published. And then you also have resources where you can read from and see how things are done. You could get outputs. You could even close your accounts and stuff like that. So these are the features that you can explore in Flourish, especially if you have clicked the link that I have already shared there. And then here, when you click on examples, you will see work that has been done by other people, and you can draw your inspiration from that work that has been done by other people. So it can most of us these days do not start stuff from scratch. You can actually just carry on from where someone left. So all of us draw inspiration from these things. So for us to do this, we need to actually use examples. We need to, like I said, we need to look at these examples and draw inspiration from them. So you can actually see these examples of work that people have done. You could make your own. You could scroll to see more. Like you see, this is an example of urban population of a country. You see, so this is a visualization that is created on Flourish, and the data keeps on doing stuff like this. Yeah, and this is data from World Bank. So this is an example of a data visualization, and then you will also come here. You see story, storytelling, elections data. You can visualize football and sports data. You can explore data. You can plot competitors. You can choose maps. You can do animated flows. You can do interactive timelines, COVID-19 graphics, and a lot of examples that you can check out at your free time when you click on these examples. And then pricing, in case you're getting the better of it and then you wish to enjoy yeah, so you see, so these are the pricing. Of course, the free one, this is a generous free plan, perfect for education, charities, and small newsrooms. Yeah, so this is free. And then Publisher is a powerful software solution for publishers and marketing. And then Enterprise, you can unlock the full power of Flourish platform. I think they don't publicly put their prices, but you will have to contact them. You will have to contact them via email. You have to contact them via email, and after that, you can discuss. Looks like they will see the kind of your organization and stuff like that. But of course, if you are a non-profit and you are an academic organization, you can be given a discount on their publish and enterprise plans and education institutions. If you're looking for a personal plan, since private data is not included in a free plan, you can they have closed the free plan to new customers and stuff like that. So that is how it works. And then if you want to sign up, of course, you can click sign up. But in most cases, I just sign up using my Google account. I don't necessarily have to do that. I don't necessarily have to put those details and stuff like that. It can be a lot of work for anyone who is actually trying to put themselves in those shoes. So usually I advise that you just sign up using your already existing Google account. So you see, when you come to sign up, you can put your email, your username, your name, and your password. Here you can agree. But for me, I just sign up using Google. You just click sign up with Google, and boom. I don't have to fill those details every time, and then I don't have to sign in using a password. So I just choose my email. This is my email. Yeah. So then I can choose my username. I can put my username is 211check. This is my username. Yeah. My name is 211check. I can agree to their terms. I have read and understood. They can send me I don't want tips. Let me just register. So you can put your organization. My organization is 211check. 211check is a newsroom. What is my role? My role is in the, let me just say journalist. And what do I want to publish? Create visualizations to display online. Yeah. Are you using any other data visualization software? No, I am not. So this is how you set up your account. Yeah. Yeah. So like this, this is now the dashboard. You can see through, create your accounts. Step 1, step 3. This is just a tour and stuff like that. So this is it. So this is how you create your Flourish account. How many of you have been able to do that? Those ones who have joined using computers, how many of you have been able to do that?
I can able to do that.
I can able to do that.
I'm saying, how many have you done that already? I'm saying, how many of you have been able to do that? I mean now, not like future tense.
Yeah, I've done mine now.
I've done mine now. Oh, perfect, perfect. Who else?
Wow. I came late. I was just updating.
I was just updating.
No worries, no worries. Okay, great. So only one person has been able to do that. Yeah, so this is the interface. So here, my projects, here I've not done anything yet, but here you will see, if I had done, I would see my projects here. You see, all my projects, I will see them here. You see, all these ones here are inactive because my projects are not active. So what happens is you can then create new visualization if you want. I can click on create new visualization, then it will bring me to templates. Usually we start from templates. You can see whether you want to create an area chart, a bar chart, a column chart, a donut chart, a line chart, a pie chart, a population pyramid, a stream graph, a waterfall chart. If you want to look at projection maps, you can look at world maps, Africa map, and stuff like that. If you want to do scatter plots, you can get the scatter plots from different type of scatter plots. If you want to look at 3D maps, you can do 3D maps from here. If you want to look at a bar chart race, the one that is running like the one you saw in the examples there. So that one is an example of a bar chart race. You want to look at cards for displaying block of content, you want to look at hierarchy. So you will see that there is the name of the chart and then the description, you see. And then here, you'll also see this. And then, yeah, you can see there's a guide here that you can read if you want. And then, yeah. And then here there's Gantt chart for project management. Gauge shows values on radial gauge scale, heat map. There's a line chart race. There's a marker map. There's network graph. There's photo slider, pictogram, radar chart, syncing diagram, slope chart, sports race, surveys, tables, timeline. There are a lot of kind of things that you can actually do using this. So let's say that in this case we want to do a bar chart. So you can click on your bar chart. So it's taking us to where the bar chart is. And yeah, here we are in our bar chart. So you can take us through a tour again, that the preview area shows how the visualization will appear with the current settings and data. So like this, there's data already here in this example. So this one will tell us how the chart will look like. And then here you can adjust the settings. So this one at the left, at the right hand side is where you will do the settings that you want, you see. So these are settings that you can adjust to control how your visualization looks like or how you want your visualization to behave. And then here is the data preview. You can directly edit the data in the spreadsheet. This is the spreadsheet where you can edit your data and play around with them. And then here you can click here to upload your own data in case you have an Excel. You can upload Excel, delimited files or JSON files. And then here, once you have uploaded data, you may need to adjust the column selection here to ensure visualization displays the correct data. So here, where you see values is where you need to adjust. And then here, make sure that you always put a title. Let's say EFSS training training cohort 4, cohort 4 data, cohort 4 Flourish example, like this. So yeah, so this is it. And then here you can publish. Where you see export and publish is where you actually publish your data. So this is how the interface for Flourish looks like. So of course, the first thing is you start with the data. So let's say we already have data here, but let me clear it so that we have an empty spreadsheet. Yeah, so here we have an empty spreadsheet. So let's look at what kind of data. Let's say we have data that we want to use. Let me try to fetch any data from my spreadsheets. If I have any, I should be lucky if I have some, but if I don't have, then I'm very unlucky and unfortunate. But let us hope for the best. I hope you guys are following. You can ask questions later on when the time for questions come, but you need to follow it keenly to be able to get the best out of this tool called Flourish. Let me still look for data. I don't know if I'm able to get data, but let me continue to hope for the best. I have found some data here. No, this data is not nice. I have found another data here, but again, this is not good. Right. So what do I use? Let me check another data. Let me look for another data, another data. Let me look for data. Okay, let me look for data for your attendance. No, this data is not properly analyzed. So let me just look at this data. So you can just copy the data from wherever you are getting it, and then you come here, you paste the data. You see, so this is data that I have that I am pasting here, and then once I come here, then I can adjust where are my labels. So my labels are the names. The names are at B. Where are my values? My values are the age, so they are at D. Yeah. So this is how. So I want to display the names as well as the ages of these people. So I can come to do preview here. So here you see I can see now the preview. The ages of Mary, Beatrice, Valentino, Josephine, Marlene, Tabu, Agwek, Deng, Lege, Guy. So these are their ages and stuff like that. So this is a representation of the data that I have just placed here. Now, if I want to change the chart type, I can change. Let's say I want it to change it to line chart. You see, so it has changed now to line chart, telling us how these ages have been. You can still change actually, and then if I want an area chart. But of course, if I still want column chart, I can come back to my column chart. You see, so you can actually play around with this data until you actually get the very best out of it. So it's very interesting, like especially if you get to see really the best out of it, and then yeah, and then let's say yeah. So now here, let me just change it again to column chart stacked. Column chart waterfall, column chart stacked, column chart grouped. Bar chart, yeah. So I'm changing it back to bar chart. So with the bar chart now, what I can do is now you can play around with the settings here. So the first setting here is for the chart type. And then here you can see if you want a single chart or a grid of charts. So we have a grid of charts, this is it, and a single chart. And then the mode of the height, if usually we use auto, but if you want to make it standard, if you want to do aspect ratio, you can do settings for aspect ratio. But usually I use the auto mode. And then you can look at the sort mode. If you want to sort the data sheet, if you want to sort by values, if you want to sort by labels, where you can just sort the data whichever way you like. So in this case, let's sort by the labels that we already have. So that is the setting of the chart type. And then here we have the controls and filters. So you can look at the series filter. Here the series filter is off, but you can do single select or multi select, where somebody is able to actually choose what they want. If you want to look for the age, let's say you are looking for age 14, it can search for you, and then I see it's not bringing for me the results. Yeah, so you can actually check for a couple of series based on the age or whichever way you like, or you can do single select where somebody selects this, and stuff like that, or you can just put it off. Most cases we just use it off, and then you can look at the control. You can also change here, and then the second one is colors. How do you want your colors to be? Here you can set the colors by column, or you can set the columns by row. So by row, each row will have its own color. So you see now all these ones have their own colors, but if you want by column, so you see that the columns also have similar colors, and then you can change the palette here to whichever palette you like, here like this and stuff like that. Yeah. And then yeah, so let me just try to play around with the colors a bit. Yeah, so I've put these colors here, and so this is about the colors. So the colors are simple, and then now you can play around with the bars. You can change the bar height. You see, you can change the height of the bar, or you can just leave it the way it is. Even if you want to change the bar to be 1 only, you see, so this is only 1. Or you can, let me say, I want to be 1.5. Yeah, so like that, you just play around with the bars to the one that you really like. And then you can also play around with the spacing. You can do the settings here, the spacing and the grouping, and then the bar opacity. And then we have the labels. So here the labels are in the axis. If you want to change the labels, you see like here now the labels have changed to be above the bars. You see like Valentino is now here, Tabo, Mary, Marlene, and stuff like that. Yeah, so you can change the position of the bars to whichever way you like. And then here I can change it. I like it when it is on the axis like this. I don't have a problem with that. And then also the labels. If you want the labels to be shown on the data point, you see now here we look at the edges. So if you want the edges to be shown, yeah, they can be shown here. And then you can change the positions. You want it to be the label alignment. You want to be at the beginning or in the middle or at the end. You see, like the choice is yours. You can. I like when it is on the top like this. Yeah, like this. There's no problem with that. So you can also change the outline and stuff like that. Yeah. So this is it with the labels. And then now here you come to the x-axis. So the x-axis, you can put the title for it. Let's say we're looking at the age. So this is the age. If they are students, let's say you say age of students. Yeah. So you see, so it has appeared down here. You see this down here, it has appeared. And then you can actually put the styling. If you want, you can make it bold, check colors and stuff like that, but it's not usually necessary. And then you can configure to be default if you like, or you can just leave it like that. And then you can look at the position of the axis if you want it to be at the bottom like this, or if you want it to float, you see, like this. And then if you want it to be floating up, if you want it to be top, you see, if you want to be hidden, yeah, so bottom like this is usually good. If you want to flip axis, you can click here and then you can flip the axis. So, but like this is fine. Yeah, so this is how you can play. If you want to put grid lines, you see now grid lines have been put. You see lines have been put in your chart, and that is on. And then you come to the y-axis. Again, you can put a name for it. Let's say names of students. Yeah, so again, you can see the position. You can see which position you want to put the text. Let's say you want it to be above, below, or default like this. And then you can put grid lines. You can look at where you want it to be visible or not visible. And you can do the styling for it. Usually I want it to be at the side. Yeah, I want it to be like this, the names of students, not like that. Yeah, and then the grid lines are on. Yeah, so this is it. And then you come to the plot background. So the plot background, there's nothing much here. You can look at colors, or if you want to put an image, you want to put an image on it, you can put on, and then you can insert an image. Let's say I want to put let's say I want to put this, I want to put, let me look for any image I have. Let me say I want to put this logo for DeFi head. I can click it like this, and then the image is inserted. So maybe if you're looking at issues to do with copyright, you see, so the image has been put down behind there, you see. Yeah, but I don't want images. I can put the size, I can fit the size like that, but the position also I can change. I want to be in the top center and stuff like that. But in this case, I don't want an image, so let the image go away. That is it about plot. And then the numbering, you can change, you can play around with numbers, but I don't think it's a good idea to be changing those things, so we can just leave it. And then we can look at the legend. So the legend is like, the legend is what you see up here, that this color means guy, this color means deng, this color means lege, and so forth. So that is how you can do the settings for the legend. For instance, if I want the legend to be on, the legend is auto and stuff like that. And yeah, sorry, I'm working from home, and so I'm near the street, and there was a passing car, so that was why I muted. So what happens is now the legend, you can then put a title for your legend. Let's say key, maybe our title is for the legend is key. So you see key has been put here near the legend. And then now let's say we want to see the title weight. If we want bold or normal and stuff like that. And then yeah, so and then we look at stuff like the text weight. If one to be bold, you see where there's marlin and stuff like that, now you see they are bold. And then also the alignment, if you want it to be in the center. Also, of course, I want the key to be this. And then you can also choose where you want to position it. Orientation, you see now like this, it is vertical. You want to make it horizontal, you see, like, but this one is not good for a large data like that, so you need to keep it vertical, like horizontal like that. And then the position, if usually keys are below, so let's say you want it to be below, you see it has been moved down here, you see. And then of course I would love it when it is at the center, yeah. And then you can look at art data colors if you want. You can put auto and stuff like that. So this is it about the legend. And then now the next is pop-ups. So the pop-ups basically talks about so the pop-ups basically talk about a lot of things and stuff like that. So the pop-ups basically talk about stuff like how you want to change stuff. If you want a panel, if you want a pop-up, you want both, you want none, and stuff like that. So you can actually, I just like even this none. And then annotations, if you want to show highlights on the axis, you want to show highlights on the y-axis. And then, but in most cases, I just keep it off because I don't really need them. And I don't think you also need them. And then here, now you talk about the animations. Yeah, so there are normal animation settings here, but you can look at mainly the durations and stuff like that. And then here you can look at now the layout in terms of the font. You can change the font style to whichever font style you want. You see, I have changed the font. The previous one was this source, but I can change it to this if I want. You see, the fonts have been changed. And then I can change, there's background, there's color, and then you can change the background color to whichever color I like. Let's say I want it to be yellow and black. It's okay. And then I can change maximum width, everything. You see, maximum width for everything, or for the main graphics. You see, but let it just be like this. And then the order layout, you can play around with this. And then the space between sections, you can put the space. You can put this. You see, and so forth. And then you can show borders around visualizations if you want. There are borders around here. Yeah, so this is basically how you play around with the layout. And then now here you can come look at the header. So the header is where you can put first the alignments. Usually I like putting my headers in the center. So I can say chart showing age of students. Yeah, so you see our title has been added, and then I can put some subtitle. Let me say 2023 class, which is my subtitle. If you want to put more description, you can put it here. Let me say EFS training cohort 4. But also make sure that you don't put a lot of data. Yeah, just make sure you put something that is reasonable. And then you can put a border line if you want. You can put the border at the bottom like this. Yeah. So that is how this works. If you want to put a logo, you can put a logo, but let it just be like that without a logo. And then you can come down to the footer. So the footer is where now you put the data source. Let's say the source of the data, the source name is 211 check. And then the source URL is 211check.org. If you have a lot of sources, you can let's say also defy head now. And then the URL for defy head now is defyheadnow.org. Yeah, so like that, you can do this. And then you can put a label for it. You can say non-profit. Yeah, so this is it for that. And then you can put a border. I usually put the border on top. I can put a logo. You can put a logo for 211 check here. You can insert it. Yeah, so the logo is already there. And then I can do another style that I want. Yeah, but this is basically it. And then you can look at the accessibility. You can say screen reader mode for main visualizer. You can say readable, or you can say hidden, but you just make it readable. And yeah, so this is the accessibility and stuff like that. So like this, we are done with our charts. Our chart is done already. Our chart is done, and then now what we can do is you can come up here and you can export and publish. If you want to write a description for this, you can write a story where you want to draft. If you want to write a description for the data that you have put here, you can click write a story. But in this case, this is just a normal visualization. So I can just click export and publish. Then I can just click publish. So if you want to put a password, you can put a password, but I will just say publish. So like this, my data is published. So this is the visualization. This is the link. I'm putting the link for you guys in the chat box. You can click on it and you will be able to see my visualization from your browser. Yeah, so this is the visualization. Click on that link, and then you will be able to see what the work that I have been explaining. So I'll just click it. Yeah, guys, this is our visualization. Here we are. This is our visualization, and this is how it will look to someone who is seeing it. Yep, this is it. This is our visualization. Any questions? Any questions, guys?
Yeah, I have a question.
What is your question?
My question is, once you share the link, does it come like a picture, or does it lead to the website? That's where you got
You click, and then you see for yourself, my friend.
No, I've seen it, but is it a picture? Can I download it? Can I see and then leave it there like that?
No, you cannot. You cannot download it. So it is published on the Flourish website. So you cannot download it, except maybe if you want, you can screenshot it. The only way for you to get it is to get a screenshot. Only the person who published it can download it. So for instance, you see here where let me come back to my visualization. You see where I worked on the visualization. You see here there's publish, and here I can download as an image. So I can click download as an image. I can do the image setting that I want, whether I want it JPEG, SVG, or PNG. Then I can adjust the size of the image that I want. Then I can download. So it will come. I can get it as an image. So you see, it is downloaded as an image here. Only the person who published it can download as an image, but the rest of the people can just see it. The rest of the people can just see it. Can just see it there. So for instance, let me share this with you guys. Yeah, so you can see it there. So that is the image that I have downloaded. But the rest of you can just click, and then you can see from the Flourish website. So that is how it looks like. But then when you put this on a website, the person will not have to click the link, but it will just appear. You see, the visualization will just appear on the website without having to put it as an image. So when somebody sees like this, they will be able to interact with the site and see the nature of the data that is there. So that is how you play around with data visualization on Flourish.
Okay, and then I think I can let me ask another one. Is it possible, to add motion to the graphs? So that maybe it will be maybe moving or something like that. When you change the figure, can move on the website.
When you change the figure, yeah. No. Once you publish this, because once you publish this, you will have to unpublish it first. You see, you can. That's why you see here. There's an option for unpublished project, but you cannot change the data and it will be reflected here. No, it doesn't work like that. But if you want,
okay.
if you want data that moves and stuff like that, you have to use what you call the bar chart race. I was explaining earlier during the examples. Like it depends on the kind of chart that you choose. So the one that moves is called bar chart race. But that one is for a large data set, especially over time.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Yep. So once you are done with once you are very satisfied with your thing, also like here you can look at how you can add this to a presentation on Canva. You can just click this and then you will add it to a Canva. Those who are using Canva already, yeah. But if not, you can just come back to home and you are back to Flourish home. So you see now my projects are active. Now you see I have one project that I have worked on, and now the new visualizer which was here has now moved to the top. You see it has now moved to the top. So let's say let us try another type of visualization that you may need to check out. We look at let's look at a pie. Let's look at the pie chart, or let's look at a map or something of that kind. But I don't think I really have the data for that. But yeah, so the chart that moves, my friend, this is it. It's called bar chart race down here. So you see when you click on this for the bar chart race, this is a bar chart race example. You see this is large data that is Asia, Africa, Europe, and stuff like that, changing population. So you look at the data. So you see this is the data that is presented there. You see? So this is, I don't know, population or something of that kind. You see? This is large data that moves like that. It's not something easy. Yeah, you see this. So you should look at the preview. Yeah, so you can pause, you can play. Yeah, so you can play around with this data and stuff like that. So this is how the bar chart race looks like. You put the data that you want, and then the changes that happen over time, and then you do the relevant settings. You see like here the country name, the region, and but here the data is basically a representation of the labels, which are the countries, and then stuff like that. So you can preview the data here, and I don't know why it's not fully showing. So you see now the countries keep on changing. You see like here, this is this, and then it comes, and then later on it changes to another country. You see like this now moves down, this comes, and yeah, the years, you see the years keep changing here, and then total and stuff like that. So that is how. So here it shows mainly the top countries in terms of population and how the population has been changing. So this is the example of bar chart race that you were asking about. So let me just publish it, and then you will see how it will look like when you check it out. Yeah, so I just click this, and then let me share with you guys the link. So this is the link to the bar chart race. Yeah, so you can click that and then you will watch the batch address live. You see, so this is the batch address and see how it looks like. Yep. So changes, the years changes, the data, and so forth. Yeah, so this is it with the visualization of this sort of data. And let us go back home. We can come back to our home here. And yeah, so here you can then, if you have many projects now, you can organize your projects in terms of folders. And then after that, you can here, when you click on all projects, you can see all your projects, but you can just check them out by folders. And then you can also change them by alphabetical order, you see, like this, or you can change them by the date it was edited. And then you can look at only visualizations, or you want to look at only the stories that you have made. Like here, I don't have any stories, or you can look at the ones that I have published. So the ones that I have published are here. So these are the things. It has a very, very simple interface that actually anyone can use without any difficulty. So Flourish is a very good tool that that you guys can try out, and then see how you can actually get the best out of it. Okay. Any questions so far? Any questions so far?
For me, I have no question. I just have to go.
Yeah, like these things are all about practice. Like these things, if you don't practice them, it becomes hard. But you just see if there's something that you will want to use it for. I think it can be helpful also. But if you don't actually need to use it, you can share it with colleagues who might actually benefit from it. Yes, Christopher, what is your question?
Yeah, now will you copy that from Paroxic?
Yeah, I just copied, like the first data I put there, I had copied it from a spreadsheet. You can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, if there are no questions, let us go for a break.
I have a question.
Yes, what is your question?
My question, I was following you from the beginning.
My question, I was following you from the beginning when you're creating this.
But unfortunately, I'm not following
transfer
the data from the
data
table to the previous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how
you transfer them to
the charts there.
You don't put the data in the chart, but what happens is there's a data table. That is why. Let me show you the interface again. Let's go back to our first presentation. Yeah. So when you look at this interface here, there are two tabs here. The first tab is preview. So this shows you the representation of your data based on current settings. And the data is where your data is found. So this is you don't put the data in the chart, but you put the data in a table like this. You see this table?
Yeah.
So if you don't,
I don't know how
you can type it manually. You can type the data manually, or if you have the data somewhere, you can copy and paste, or you can upload. You see there's upload data here. So you can upload data from Excel, from CSV, from TSV, from JSON, and from GeoJSON. You see, so you can upload data from here. So there are three ways of doing this. You can either enter the data yourself. For instance, if it is very small data such as this, you can enter the data yourself, or you can just go and copy paste the data here, or you can upload the data yourself. You can look for where the data is, and then you upload it to your table. Yeah, so that is how bring about data to your table. Yeah, so I have put attendance in the chat box. You can fill in your attendance, and then let's go for a break of 10 minutes. We'll come back at 3:38. So you can get a glass of water for yourself, and then let us meet later. Yeah, I hope all of you have seen the link for the attendance. I don't need anyone later on asking that attendance is not there and stuff like that. So make sure that all of you have clicked on the link. If you haven't, I'm sharing it again. And please, I wouldn't accept later on if someone asks me for attendance. Again, I have shared the attendance, so please do fill it. Yeah, so we are coming back in about 6 minutes. Yeah. So guys, you're back from the break. I trust that all of you have been able to fill the attendance. That is all from me for today. We will share the recording by Steve so that you can be able to follow. The recording, and also be able to get the best out of the in-depth recording on data visualization. So I just stepped in to show you a few things around data. So probably there's more that you can learn from his explanation on how you can use Flourish to visualize your data. So I will share the recording. It's a YouTube video that you can get the best out of from in the WhatsApp group. So on Monday when we meet, we'll look at data visualization using Data Wrapper. So here is the link to the recording. I will share in the WhatsApp group. I believe most of you are in the WhatsApp group. So I will share the recording there. And then I will pin the attendance in the comment section. And then so with this, you don't necessarily have to fill the attendance because you have already filled. But what you can do is you can sort of like the attendance so that it can I will put the attendance in the comment section. So what you have to do is you will have to like the attendance so that we know that you have watched the video. So what you can do is you can sort of just give the link that we are going to put in there. So I've put attendance. So what you can do is you can react to it with a thumbs up, with the like. You can like the link, the link. Yeah. That is all from me, guys. If you have any questions also about the video, you can post your questions in the comment section. Otherwise, I wish you the very best of your weekend. Do take good care of yourselves, and then we meet next week. So those ones who are so for those of you who so that is the link to the video. Those of you who are free on Saturday, you can join us for the fact-checking day. You can register on the using the link I shared in the WhatsApp group. Yeah, so I think someone is saying that they are still not accessing the WhatsApp group. Please you join using the link. I'm going to share the link again in the comments. Sorry, I'm going to share this is the link to that person who's saying is not in the WhatsApp group. Here's a link to the WhatsApp group. Just click on it. If you are facing difficulties, just copy the link from here, and then let you paste it somewhere, and then you can join. Because I do not add people. I do not save number and then I add. No, I encourage people to always use a link to join the WhatsApp group. So that's the link. Please do join. Otherwise, guys, have the very best of your evening and take good care of yourself. We meet again next week. Cheers.